Great. So let's go ahead and sit down. Go ahead and sit down in your comfortable seat. So comfortable seat means comfortable, not perfect, right? So just the seat of your soul, right? Sitting down has this embodied human that has a heart, has a mind, and has this incredible human scaffolding, right? So we're just sitting down, we're going to open up our palms and we're going to be receptive. So palms opening is receptive. And you might want to, you don't have to, but you can come into a mudra by bringing your first finger and thumb together. Yeah, so the first finger, that's really an indication of the individual. And then the thumb is really the energy of the collective conscious. So we're bringing our individual and collective conscious together as one energy when we come into Chin Mudra, Chitta, to bring everything together as one. So we're turning the palms open, we're going to close the eyes, and we're moving into that energy of oneness. And it could also be considered interdependence, or the fact that we're just so connected to each other and reliant on each other more than we probably would even know, right? We can kind of go to the fact that one of our students has chickens, right? And those chickens lay eggs, and those eggs are given to his family to be nourished. And then they're given to my family or their family and friends. And the more that I realize that I love those eggs, then I become dependent. I'm just kidding, Chad. But you know, we're so connected from the farm to the plate. And there's just so many ways that we rely on one another in our community, right? We all realized how much we rely on our hairdressers, yeah, when we didn't have that capability to get our hair cut as much as we were used to. And then also our doctors and nurses, they had to take a front row seat to those who really needed our help more than anything. And then we realized with the little things that we couldn't get done that seemed big to us, like cataract surgery or, you know, a blemish on our face that we wanted to be taken away. Those type of things were not readily available for us. And so we just kind of sit in the seat of gratitude that we are interdependent. We do rely on each other. This is a community that we live in, even living in single family homes, and how fortunate it is to be living this way. So sitting down, feeling your sit bones ground. If your eyes could close, that would be wonderful. If they don't, then you're open and you're staring off into the space, and that's okay too. Go ahead and swallow and relax your throat. And really feel your two grounded sit bones plugging down like a plug into the wall. But instead, those sit bones are growing down roots like a tree, roll the way down to the depths of the earth. So you're going to follow that image. You're going to see that your two sit bones are like roots, and they're going all the way down to the earth. And at the end of, or the bottom of the earth, they anchor themselves. You could even put an anchor on these two sit bone ropes that are going down to the earth. And you could anchor your anchor into the wedge of two big boulders, if that's what you see down at the depths of the earth. So we're grounding ourselves. It's wonderful to be up into our first, or rather our seventh, sixth, and fifth chakras. But if we're not grounded, we can't get the benefits of being this human, right? Being this beautiful spirit, having this human experience. So we're really trying to ground these two energies, right? So as you ground down and you feel the sit bones grounding and you have that visual all the way down, you're feeling more earthy now. Your legs are being more heavier down into the earth, yet your crown is still lifted. I want you to feel right now if there's anything that's happened this week that really hasn't served you, or you feel like you may have given a little too much into some certain areas. I want you to see if you could let go of that energy down your two grounding ropes. They could be portals or circular PCP pipes even, and you're sending any energy. It could be a person's energy, or maybe even the way that you reacted to someone that just didn't go quite correct, or you're just still sitting with it. Send it down these pipes down into the earth so that you can reinvigorate yourself by letting go. So anything that comes up into your mind is probably something that needs to go down those pipes. For me, it's my children, for sure. Lovingly, right? It just happens as a parent. We often give, and you could be a parent to the neighbors or to the children that you're serving in your community. That energy. So just letting it go down. Maybe it was the news. So you're letting the news go down those pipes too. Beautiful. Like I said, whatever comes up is probably what has to go down there. Amazing. And so now I want you to, that's still happening. It's there. You still got those grounded ropes down into the earth, but now you're going to take your energy to the top of your head, and you're going to imagine this great, big, beautiful sun. The sun of your heart is above your head. I love this meditation because it allows us to empower and to be our true nature. So really what we're going to do now is to call back any energies back into this sun right now. So see this beautiful sun, just calling it back from each corner of maybe California, maybe each corner of the world, right? Maybe you had a conversation with someone in London and you're just calling back your energy that you may have lost. This isn't a negative. This is just re-embodying that empowered energy that keeps us feeling whole, and it really keeps us being our own light and energy, right? The individual and the consciousness together. Yeah. So calling that energy back into the sun of your own heart, and now let that sun come down and wash all over you, like the energy of that beautiful warmth over your head, your eyes, your shoulders, your heart, all the way down your body, sides of your waist, your belly, your solar plexus. Yeah, all the way down to your pelvic floor, legs, and your knees, and the bottom of your feet. Oh, phew. Yeah, and just notice now to see if it actually has helped you. Do you feel a little bit lighter? So we can't think our way through these exercises. We actually have to just experience them. Amazing. Good. Now use your right hand. Let's do a breathing exercise. Have your right hand be utilized, thumb and index, or not thumb and ring finger, and block off the right side of your nose. So alternate nostril. Exhale down from the crown and down through the left side of your nose. Pause a little bit at the bottom and then inhale up the left side of the nose. Pinch your nose, hold the breath. If you're pregnant, you're not holding the breath. And then you're going to exhale down through the right side. Pause at the end and then take a deep inhale up through the right side. Hold the breath and exhale down the left side. Inhale up through the left side. Hold. And down the right side. Inhale up the right side. Pause. Down the left side. Inhale up the left side. Pause, hold the breath. And exhale down the right side. Release the right hand down and let's inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath. 3, 2, 1. Exhale through the nose. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Little pause. Inhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Little pause. And then inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the breath. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can you do 2 more rounds? But go at your pace. You might want to do 6. Inhale for 6. Hold for 4. And once you finish with those rounds, just gently bring your hands into prayer position. Let's warm our palms up, just rub them together to create some energy. And this is really interesting. You can look down at your palms, just open your hands, open your eyes rather, just slightly, and just kind of look down and just open your hands very, very little. And you'll feel that energy, that warmth, that magnetism, that healing energy. So never underestimating the power of our touch and energy. So let's do that again. Rub your palms together and now place it on an area of your body that needs attention. Maybe you've been on the computer so much, you need it on your eyes. Maybe it's on your lower back. Maybe it's on your heart. Breathe into that area. Give it your healing light, touch, and then rub your palms again. And perhaps there's another area. Go ahead and bring your palms to that other area. Maybe it's your neck, behind your neck. Maybe you're a really good thinker. And there's nothing wrong with being such a great thinker. It's just if the mind is always switched on, it can be really hard on our body. All right, so let's go ahead and bring our arms all the way up high. So just kind of reach up high in your seat. I've got my eyes closed. You can do what feels right for you. And then just feel around you that you've got this beautiful golden white energy field around you. So you're opening up your palms. You're just noticing this beautiful golden white bubble around you, protection, your energy, your aura. And then you're going to reach the arms up high. Inhale. Perhaps you're feeling a bit lighter now because you cleared some of, other people in your space, and then bringing your arms out to the side. So we really have to look at our energetic space, not just our physical space in this day and age. So inhale as we're reaching up. Exhale as we're coming out to the side. We know how powerful our energetic space is because we'll inhale, reach up. Do this 3 more times. Exhale it out to the side. So we know how powerful our energetic space is because we're thinking about someone and then they call us, right? So that's something. And that's the kind of human being we are moving into, right? So I couldn't have had a big chat about my chakras or energy with my grandpa, right? That's a different phase of our humanness, right? This is not a better human. This is a different one. So really feeling and embodying everything that we are today. Nor could I talk about my feelings like I do to my children and to you guys as I could to my grandpa or even my grandma, just a different human. So palms together, go ahead and bow into your heart center and go ahead and feel an intention. Intentions are golden. So what is it that you need today? Voice it to yourself 3 times. And let's chant Om together just once. It could be a hum. It could be right? It doesn't have to be this big Om by sound, but I want you to feel it by feeling. It's big by feeling. Deep breath in. So it's very vibrational. That was beautiful. Let's do it 2 more times. Deep breath in. Go ahead and open up your eyes and keep your gaze soft. Just you and your mat. Go ahead and reach your arms up high. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the right side, all the way down. The left hand goes to the outside of your right knee. Right hand goes behind you. You're sitting up nice and tall. Without feeling it in the back of your neck, perhaps just move your head left to right as you breathe. Sometimes for me, I really have to move my head to notice where the tension is. I go directly to the tension so that I'm able to relieve it. If we only go to the good parts, then we're not really understanding what's happening in this moment and where we're able to let go. And let's bring our arms all the way up high. Inhale. Exhale, twist to the other side. Right hand goes to the outside of that left knee. Left arm goes behind you, sitting up nice and tall. Same thing on this side. You may want to just kind of move your head left to right, just understanding what you're dealing with today. What kind of body has shown up today? Not as a judgment, but as a understanding or as a discovery. And keep breathing exclusively in and out through your nose. That doesn't change for the whole time that we're together. You'll probably hear that sound, that whispery tone in my breathing. It's just there as a reminder for your own breathing. And then coming back to center, let's lift the left arm up for a lateral stretch, right hand, right next to you rather, reaching up high. I like to turn my palm open, do what feels right for you. You can open and close the left palm. I feel that left sit bone ground. It wants to lift up, but we're grounding it so that we are able to stretch. Changing sides, moving with the energy that you've been given today, and also transforming it by understanding it. So basically that means we don't have to settle with what is there. We gaze at it gently, like a mother would her own child. We don't tell it to change. So if you woke up all grumpy and moody, we don't tell that mood to change. But just by looking at it with a soft heart, it probably does change. And that's the transformation. All right, so we're coming up now. We're going to open up our eyes and we're going to keep our gaze nice and soft. And let's go onto all fours, hands and knees. Get yourself comfortable. Pull the hair back, do what you need, grab yourself a sip of water. Let's get going today. Lately, because we haven't been doing that weekly, the Wednesday, and that's probably going to start up soonish. What I have been doing on these Sundays is incorporating a little bit of yin, just to make it a more balanced practice rather than all hatha. Hatha is the balancing of the physical, Hatha Yoga. So we're going to do that. So go ahead and spread your fingers wide. Have your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. We're going to move through the breath. So even though you're like, yeah, I've done this 100 times, don't move into a way that is robotic or mechanical. When we round the spine, we're going to feel the round and we're going to exhale. Exhale completely. It's a ride. It's a journey. And then we're going to inhale to arch the spine, draw in through the belly, sit bones rise up. And then we're going to exhale to round. So you're enjoying the body as it's moving through its oscillation. You're also noticing, you're like, oh yeah, whoa, tight neck. And what's so great about noticing tight neck is that the practice helps us to then move into more of an acceptance and maybe even deeper into a loving appreciation. And then maybe we might eat some anti-inflammatory foods. Maybe that's the decision, because we go, oh, tight neck. All right, gotta fix, or gotta like kind of not necessarily fix, but I've got to move it into more of a balance. So how do I do that? Maybe I schedule a massage. Yeah, maybe I eat pineapple, because pineapple takes away swelling. Yeah, and now we're taking the exhale down, all the way down. I'm going to bring my big toes to touch, open up the knees, forehead down, and then we're going to inhale and come up. So now it's a deeper breath. It's a deeper, longer breath because we're moving further. Now, this is a meditation for your mind, because the body is so into this that the mind really doesn't have a chance to go somewhere else. You might still go somewhere else because we can't switch off the mind. But that's the beauty about embodying this practice with your breath. Exhaling to round. Inhaling to arch. And now move your knees back a little bit. Be joyful with your hip circles. So you're just kind of moving them to the left, to the center, to the right. You're just kind of stepping into a portal of joy. As you inhale, you're feeling the joy in your body, the true nature of us. And as you exhale, you're letting go of things that are not serving your body in this moment. You can go the other way if you haven't already. Amazing. Good job, you guys. Yay. All right. So hands now are underneath the shoulders. You're going to melt your heart, and then you're going to lift your heart up. So it doesn't look like you're doing much. These are scapular push-ups. It might even be a little bit weird to do this, but it's important to get some energy flow there behind the neck, particularly if you are a person that has gotten your COVID shot. I don't know about you guys, those of you who have gotten it, but I felt this immense like energy through the injection site to my heart. So, but that's it. I didn't feel anything else. So that's good. So just kind of opening up this area is important for our immunity. Usually when we get sick, the back part of our neck gets super cold. So keep it warm. All right, left arm's going to come up towards the ceiling. Inhale and exhale. Bring it underneath you all the way to the side, and bring your left ear to the floor. Drop your feet down. Oh, so just go into your deep breathing. This might be a lot. Notice if you're clenching your right palm, and just see if you could release it. Notice if you're clenching your left palm and release that. And notice if your legs are pretty tight, if they're like really not just being there, they're kind of getting ready for something, or just let them go. Take a deep breath in through the nose and let it out through the mouth. Nice. Now press down through the right palm. Come on up. Left palm is underneath your left shoulder. Right arm will lift up. Inhale. And then exhale, scoop that hand underneath that left armpit. Let the right ear fold to the ground. And just see where you can go with this. Feet are relaxed. Right palm can go over to the left a bit more, maybe. And you're just turning your head a little bit, but then be okay with what you have. So, meaning let things be as they are without trying to strive to make it something more than it is. When we get worked up about things, it's sometimes quite mostly because we're unsatisfied with what is. Just allowing what is to be what is, without expecting or wanting it to change or be something else. Take some deep breaths here. Relax that right hip. You can kind of sense energetically, right hip is tight. Good, you guys. And then press down through that left palm. Come on up. I think we need to do some lunges. So grab onto your blocks or your books or whatever you got. If you don't have anything, then you don't have anything. So you'll be fine. You're just going to use your hands. And you're going to bring the right foot forward. Both hands are to the inside of the right foot. And we're going to curl the back toes under. We're going to let the right toes go off to the right side. So it's a little bit off on an angle. And we're going to lift that left knee up. Yeah. So we're going to get into the hips a little bit. We'll do a little bit of pulsating. So inhaling, looking up. Exhaling, you can kind of tuck in a little bit, look down, look within you. Yeah, just pulsate. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Amazing. And now see if you could just bring the right foot in a little bit closer, drop the left knee to the ground. So if you need padding, put it underneath your left knee. Breathe here. The right foot is facing more forward. And this is a lot, right? Through the psoas, all of this is stretching. Heart is opening. Breathing. If your mind is wandering, bring it back to the 5-3-5 breath, right? Where we inhale for 5. We hold for 3. And we exhale for 5. If you're able to, let's come down onto some elbows. It may not happen today. It might not be in your practice. Right, so just be mindful and just allow yourself to embody the practice you're being given rather than what your mind would like it to look like. Keep breathing deeply. Perhaps even close your eyes, taking the senses more inward now. Pratyahara, to take those senses more inward, to feel the inner quality of the spirit, of what's inside. There's lots of different energies happening. The right hip is there. It's quite loud and clear. The neck is lengthening. The heart is opening. The breath is deepening. The left quad is lengthening. The belly is lengthening. The front hip bone is lengthening and muscle. All right, so let's come on up. Bring your hands onto your blocks. Just release the right leg back. I don't want to do nothing fancy. And bring the Bring everything over to the right side, your 2 blocks, and step your left foot forward. Let the left toes go off to the left side, so it looks like this. Yeah, and then just kind of hang out here for a moment, breathe, get yourself more situated. Curl the back toes under, lift the right knee. Lengthen your heart more forward. And then we'll do a little bit of pulsating. So it's kind of like an exhale to move inward and then an inhale. Yeah, exhale. And an inhale. And an exhale. And an inhale. One more time. Exhale. And an inhale. All right, drop that right knee down. You can drop the back toes and then bring the left foot so it's facing more forward. Lift up your heart, but stay low. You could move your left foot a little bit to the left, but it's not on that angle anymore. Go into the deepest places within you that are crying for your attention. Bring light and love to those areas through just being attentive and listening to your body. As we know from this past year, we really have to go through what we need to go through to make it to the other side. And there's a transformation within each yoga pose, not just every year that we live. Let's come down onto elbows if it's appropriate for us. Keep breathing deeply. Smooth, deep breath. All right, so we're going to come up and we're going to move into child's pose. So you're going to bring this left foot back. You're going to bring your big toes together, knees apart. Something for your forehead, please. Is it 2 blocks? Is it a blanket? Is it a pillow? Is it a bolster? Bring your forehead down onto that, whatever you have. And turn your palms open. And just please be here. Be in the presence of your breath and your body. You might need to inhale for a count of 6, hold for 4, and exhale for a count of 6 to keep you more present. That's okay. I'm not concerned if your bum can touch your heels. I'm more concerned that you're focusing on your breathing. Do 2 more rounds of your breathing that you're completing.
Maybe it's 5-3, maybe it's 6-4. We become more inspired when we have been able to kind of wipe our slate clean, when we become lighter. All right, so we're going to come up now, all fours, hands and knees. Move the blocks or whatever you have away from you. Keep breathing in and out through your nose. That doesn't change. Your hands are underneath your shoulders, your knees are underneath your hips. You're not going to arch or round. You're going to find a place right in the middle. Strong abs as you take the right leg back. So pretty strong here. You can feel them. Outer right hip drops down and extend your left arm forward. An oldie but a goodie, right? This one doesn't fail us. Crown is lengthening, chin is away from the chest. Hug the right knee in, forehead to knee. We are strengthening our belly, which helps the back. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and hug. Inhale and exhale. One more inhale and exhale. Good. Release the left hand down. You've still got this right leg up. I bring my hands back a teensy bit, and then I'm going to bring my right leg up for a few beats. So I just want to bring some energy flow to my right side glute. And what that does is that's also our core, right? So if we're not strengthening our glutes, going up hills and walking or doing something like this, right? It's that just puts more pressure on the back to work, and we want our glutes to work. All right, so let's drop the right knee down and let's extend the left leg back, but make sure your hands are underneath shoulders. Yeah, and then the right arm extends, chin away from chest. Crown is lengthening, breath is deepening. Deep breath in here. And then exhale, hug it in. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and hug it in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. Release the right hand down. Go ahead and take the sole of the left foot up for a few beats. Really feel it in your glutes. Yeah, you're not opening the hip at all. Are you still breathing in and out through the nose? All right, release it down. And what I'd love you to grab is a blanket or a bolster or a couple of pillows, whatever you have. If you don't have anything, that's okay. You can just come up onto your forearms. So I'd like us to use something that's in front of us to give us a little bit of a lift. We're on our stomach. Just do Sphinx, those of you who don't have a pillow or anything, where your elbows are underneath your shoulders. Everyone else, see if you can just have that little bit of a lift where your hands are out in front of you. And so my chest is on my bolster, and it's helping my upper back to round. This is a cobra, but it's a restorative cobra. So I'm not going to come up too high. I'm going to stretch my legs back. Yeah, so chest is really on here now. And then just close your eyes. It shouldn't be very, if at all, like it's not forceful. It might feel challenging, but you're not forcing it. And then just take some deep breaths here. This is such a wonderful position to, if you've been sitting too long, to just come into a few times in your day. Kind of hard to do if you're at a physical workplace, unless you can kind of go into the stock room or something. But perhaps do it like in the morning or in the evening when you get home. And then you're just taking your conscious awareness to where the breath is traveling. Amazing. And now release your whatever you had away from you. I want you to lean on your right side and bring your left knee up. So sometimes my headphones get muted when I do this. So you'll give me big waves if you can't hear me. So left knee is off to the side. Looks like this. I think you guys can see me. Yeah. And you're just resting. It's like you paid to rest. Just kidding. But it's kind of, we got to learn. I'm included in that. We have to learn to rest. Breathe into the areas that need your attention. Feel the breath helping to open your body in an organic way. All right, so you don't have to look, but if you need to look, you will. Let's just see if my instruction can do the trick for you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my right hand underneath my left. I'm going to turn it open. And now my left arm is going to come up towards the ceiling. My left knee might come up from the ground because I'm opening to the left side. Heavy duty twist. Yeah, heavy duty. Super amazing though. It's that upper back area. Do you guys feel that? So your left knee is up pretty high and you're resting on your right hip, like big time. So your left hand is behind you. You've allowed your left knee to come up from the ground like a lot. You've moved your right pinky toe to where it's really touching the ground. It's a massive twist. And you're breathing. Yeah, it's kind of like the place between the two shoulder blades. For you, it could be a little different. It might be your stomach. All right, so we're going to come back where we bring our forehead to the ground. Take your time. That was a lot. Forehead down, and you might just want to bring your hands to where they make a pillow for your forehead. This is kind of a little reset position. And you're breathing. This is what we do in Yin. Breathe into your lower back. And now go ahead and bring your left hand out in front. Lean on to that left side and bring the right knee way up high next to you where the right knee is pretty much in line with your hip. This right hand can kind of go behind you. It can just, it's got to find a place where it's able to just be. And then lift that right arm up towards the ceiling.
have the left hand go off to the right side, left palm facing up, and then open to the right. The right knee comes up from the ground, and there's just this huge upper body opening and stretch. Nice, you guys. So pretty much, unless we move into these positions and start breathing in a way that's mindful, we kind of don't really know where we're holding onto tension. It's like getting a massage and being like, whoa, I didn't even know that was sore. You know, when they're just kind of going in real, we think vigorously, but it's probably not much because we just needed to give that area some attention. All right. So from here, you're going to come onto your back. So you're just going to come and just turn onto the right side and just kind of find your way back to your yoga mat. And can you kind of just feel for your yoga strap? That way you don't have to disturb yourself too much. Just find it, or get your sweater that you're going to really stretch out. Get something, or a belt, and bring it to the ball of your right foot. Okay, so the right hand grabs under the right side, the left hand grabs under the left. Some people use a towel, right? You can use a towel. The left leg will go down. Now we're not taking this right leg like overhead where we're in a lot of pain and it's just too much, because we wouldn't actually be able to stay here for too long. And we want duration. We want the duration to be longer rather than shorter, harder, right? So longer through the back of the leg. Maybe bring the leg a little bit further away from your head. Find where it's an easy place, easier, and then start to bring it in closer towards your face. Still managing to keep the breath at a good pace, maybe 5-3-5 or 6-4. Soften your shoulders, soften your heart. Breathe into your belly. Take some deep breaths into your belly. Have the right leg just go a little bit to the left. I'm talking 2 inches to the left. You guys feel that? A little different. Maybe 4 inches to the left, and you'll feel just a different opening there. And now have your left foot come up, and it's going to change, right? The right leg will come down. Right hand grabs onto the right side, and left is on the left. Move into your breathing, your conscious 5-3-5. And soften through your forehead, the space between your 2 eyes. Stretch the leg a little bit more, bring it a little bit more towards you without interrupting your breath pattern. And then let your left leg go about 2 to 4 inches to the right.
And then slowly release. Interlace your fingers now and take the heels of your hands up and point your toes and go ahead and take the heels of your hands behind you. Stretch your belly, arch your spine, and then stretch out through the heels one at a time, really lengthening, breathing, and then bring the right knee all the way in. Keep the fingers interlaced, hug that right knee in, pointing and flexing, elongating your spine, chin away from your chest. So we're just getting better mobility in the body. All right, as we feel a bit more open, more free in our body, it's easier to be in the moments that we're living. And then changing sides, hug the left knee in, right leg down, pointing and flexing, breathing. It's also stimulating the colon, right? Helping us to relieve any bloating in the belly by hugging that knee in, pointing, flexing, feeling, and breathing. And then hug both knees in, just gently rock yourself from side to side. We can kind of begin now. What do you say? I'm just joking. Roll to your right side and come on up, all the way up. Just sit for a moment. Just sit for a moment. Just close your eyes. Don't get too fancy about it. Just kind of sit. But then change the cross. We always seem to cross the same way every time. Change the cross and just be here for a moment. Palms can be where they need to be. Notice the body's energy. Has it kind of dropped into itself a bit more? Can you feel that grounded energy that you've cultivated from the inside out? The asanas, the physical practice of yoga, helps us to then be able to sit in our meditation. That's why they are there for us. All right, so we're going to open up the eyes. We're not going to sit right now for too much longer. I want to keep flowing a little bit. So bring the knees in together, come up onto your knees, and then come up to standing. Take your time, please. So if you get dizzy, come back down again. So coming up to standing, moving everything to the side. Yeah, I think you guys can see me. I might just pull the camera back a little bit more. And so what I want you guys to do here is to bring the arms up high. Your feet are about hips distance apart, and you're just going to reach up high, pressing and plugging down into your feet. Really stretch up here. And then interlace your fingers, except for your index. Cross your thumbs behind you. Keep reaching up high. Bring your feet together somewhat, as best you can. And then let the right foot go behind you. It looks like this. So it just goes behind you. Both feet are facing forward as much as they can. And you're reaching up high. So we're squeezing the thighs together. We're reaching up high. We look like a pencil. And we're going to go over to the left. You guys feel that nice stretch there? You're just going over to the left a little bit. Squeeze your thighs. The more you can, the more you'll feel the stretch. Nice. Coming up, release your arms for a moment. Roll the shoulders back and away, back and away. Release your feet, obviously.
And just kind of move the body, move the hands, shake it out. Inhale through the nose, let it out through the mouth. Inhale through the nose, let it out through the mouth. Good. And now interlace your fingers, except for your index, cross your thumbs, bring the arms up high, stretch up high, and then bring your feet in closer, bring the left foot behind you. Press down into the four corners of your feet as you lift up high, out of the belly. Reach up high with your arms. Nice, you guys. Press down into your feet and then twisting, or not really twisting, I guess. It's more lateral to the right side. You don't have to go far to feel this one. Feet pressing. All right, coming up to standing and releasing. Shaking it out, have your feet a little bit wider than hips distance. And we're going to bring the right arm up and we're going to bend the knees, looks like this. And we're going to go over to the left side. So it's like a diagonal. If you're going to get dizzy, if you think you are, then maybe you'll do something different. You don't have to do this. Follow the line of energy and really express yourself through the body. So whatever that means to you, be free. So I like to inhale down and then come all the way up and then exhale around. But you can do what's right for you. Good. And then other side, left arm lifts up. Inhale. We're going back behind us and then we're going diagonally. So really open up the body. Getting into the joints of the body. So as we age, we really want to get the joints more open so that we feel more connected. When the joints are kind of crackly and not so happy, we don't feel as connected in the physical form. And then we can get a little bit grumpy. So, you know, it's all connected. Physical, emotional, energetic, body. All right. So now let's move the wrists around. Let's bring the feet in a little bit closer. Breathing in and out through your nose. So all I'm doing is this kind of wrist movement. All right. And the feet too. All right. Okay. So I'm going to get 2 blocks. If you don't have 2 blocks, you're going to make do with what you have. That's fine. And I'm going to step out. Toes are more in and your heels are out. So I'm going to bend both knees and I'm going to come down. 1 block is fine. I'm going to come back. I'm going to come down. So if you've got 1 block, it'll look like this. And I'm going to bring my hands out in front. I think you guys can see that. Yeah, so they're coming out. It looks like a down dog, but it's not. My knees are bent right now, but I'm going to slowly straighten them, taking my sit bones up, and there it is. So don't melt your heart down so much that you're really like hurting your hamstrings. Please bend slightly through the knees if you need to. Just be compassionate to your physical form and your hamstrings right now. Sometimes I'll take my legs wider and that actually helps. And really feel that the sit bones are lifting up. Your ears are kind of somewhat aligning with your arms. Lengthen your breath. Be there for the exhale before you take the inhale again.
And then gently walk your hands back more towards to where the hands are underneath the shoulders. Heel toe the feet in, heel toe, heel toe. Bend your knees quite a bit to come down into a squat. Now, some of this will have to bring the toes out a little bit to come down into the squat. That's okay. Do what's available. And hands to heart. Some of us will have to come up. Don't worry about it. You might even put blankets underneath your heels. You're working towards feeling more of a length through the tail, through the lower back, L4, L5. Palms will come together. Breathing in and out through your nose. Palms will come down. We're going to straighten the legs now. Toes are in. Take your time. Inhale and lengthen. Legs are straight. It looks like this. Feet are hips distance apart. And exhale and fold. You may need to bend the knees when you fold. That's okay. Inhale, arms out to the side. Bend your knees a lot. Lead with your heart. Come all the way up. Reach up high. And then exhale, hands beside you. Palms facing a little bit more forward. Feet are hips distance. Breathe deeply. And again, just notice that quiet listening space within you. Listen to your body, your physical body. Notice where things might be a little bit more open. Go ahead and bring your hands to your hips. You can open up your eyes. Look down at your feet. You might need to come off your yoga mat, just because our yoga mat will just make us a little bit more wobbly. So we want to have nice carpet might make you a little bit wobbly. I'm going to go back onto my yoga mat just because then you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm going to bring my right foot all the way forward. I'm not going to try to lean back. It kind of wants me to do that, but I want to be straight up and down. So draw in through the navel, lifting up, right leg is up. And then I'm going to bring my right knee up if I can. The way that you'll be balanced is because the breath is just focused all the time. So there's an inhale, there's an exhale, and that's where your drishti is. That's where your focus is. And I'm bringing the right foot to the inner edge of the left thigh. So focus on your breathing to keep you more stable. There is going to be a little bit of weather, right? That always happens. But you're able to be there. You're this beautiful tree, right? So you're grounding down into that left foot. If you need the wall, tap on it with the left hand, right? So that's how we build into the confidence of this position. And this is your tree. So you're just doing what you want your tree to look like. Nice, you guys. Really beautiful. So we're going to try to come out in a meditative way if we can. Hands to heart, right leg out, and then bringing it down. And then just shake it out. Maybe even do the kidneys right now. We haven't done this one yet. Right? You see this a lot with Tai Chi. Bending of the knees and just letting the arms go. All right, so other side. Let's go ahead and have the feet planted. Nice, you guys. Really nice practice today.
Let's go ahead and lift up that left foot. So you're not really leaning back. Once you notice you're doing that, just come a bit more forward, lift up out of your pelvic floor. Notice the neck. If it's feeling any tension there, bring the knee up. And bring the sole of this left foot to the inner edge of your thigh. Maybe bring your attention to your heart and feel the heart expanding out into the world. Open. You're open, yet you're grounded. So when you're grounded, the heart can be open. If you only have the heart open, we can feel a little bit vulnerable. Right? So heart open with that grounded energy. Amazing. Good to see you guys. Really nice. And yeah, there might be some weather. You just kind of, respond to it rather than go, wish I could do it. No, that was it. Whatever happened, happened. That was your pose. And we'll come out of it. And then we'll release it down. Shake it out. All right, so I feel like we should move to a pigeon, but before we do that, let's do a standing position. So let's go ahead and I'm just bringing my blocks so that they're just kind of away and my feet are hips distance apart. I'm going to reach the arms up, inhale. So I'm all the way to the front of my yoga mat. And then I'm going to exhale and come on down. Hands can go to the shins. Inhale and lengthen, gaze up. Exhale and fold. I'm going to take my right leg back and I'm going to come into warrior one. So my left heel is going to intersect my back middle arch. I'm going to reach the arms up high. Left hip back, right hip more forward. Keep the arms up, pivot the left foot in and change to the other side. So now the back of your room is the front of your room. Line up your right heel with your back middle arch and bend into the right knee. Right hip back, left hip more forward. Open through the heart, inhale. Exhale, release your hands down. I know you're at the back of the room, but could you just go into downward facing dog here? And kind of amazing. We haven't done one down dog and we're almost done. This is it. So take it in. Hips are up high. Head drops down low. Inner thighs are rolling in, back and apart. Ears are lining up with the arms. The front of the legs are lifting. Maybe a deep breath in through the nose and let it out through the mouth. And then just drop down right here into the child's pose, all the way down. You can gather something for your forehead. Or not. Breathing deeply. And then we're going to come into
a hip opener of your choice. So you can come into pigeon. Those of you who know pigeon, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, I'd like you to just come onto your back and we'll do thread the needle. So we're going to come all the way back. We're going to bring the right ankle to the left knee, and you're going to hug in that left knee. Those of you doing single pigeon, work on the side that you want to do first and breathe into your hip. Those of you in single pigeon, relax your belly. Even those of you on your back right now, I'd like you to breathe into your belly to relax it. And those of you on your back, you might need to bring your right foot a little bit to the left side. Your right foot a little bit to the left side, and you'll feel a bit more of a stretch through your right glute. Go ahead and stay with it. Notice where you're able to intensify the stretch, as well as notice where you can move away from the stretch if need be. And those of you on your back, you can just change sides. Those of you in single pigeon, you might want to go through down dog. So I'm only demonstrating the thread, the needle, the one on the back today. So the right hand, those of you who are in thread the needle, goes to the outside. The left hand goes to the inside. Those of you in single pigeon, relax your belly and relax the space between your two eyes, everybody. Five, 3, 5, breathing. All right, those of you in single pigeon, come into your final down dog. Those of you on your back, just go ahead and release and bring your feet down to the floor, knees are up. And you might just want to feel the heels. So you're just kind of noticing that they're there, but feet are hips distance apart. And then just let the knees come in together and hands can rest onto your belly. And breathe into your belly right now. Those of you that are in down dog, if you haven't already, start to come down onto your knees and onto your back. Everyone's breathing into their belly right now. And you can feel the rise and fall of the belly through the hands. And then take the energy up to the heart center. Breathe into the heart center. So you might want to just put your left hand on your heart and your right hand on your belly. And really take the breath to the clavicle, to the chest area, at least 5 of those deep breaths. I'm going to do some inhales through the nose and out through the mouth for my heart center. I just feel like with those kinds of breaths, I'm able to drop in and move deeper into my heart center.
Amazing, you guys. Super dropped in. Now feel if you just need to go into Shavasana, if you've had enough, or you're going to put your legs up on the wall, lean them up against the wall, or you feel like you still need another position, then do that other position. Maybe it's a twist, maybe it's a happy baby position. Intuitively see where you need to go right now. There's something uber healing about intuitively understanding what your body needs. And it's usually after something like this where we can really feel more sensitive, and we're able to do that. That's why our practice just keeps breeding and breathing more of its same experience. That's why we tend to take care of ourselves more when we practice more consistently. Practice to you could be walking every single day. Practice to you could be breathing and doing some conscious yoga exercises every day. It could be going into the ocean. It could be sitting in your garden. It could be painting. All right, so once you feel like you have balanced the sides and you want to rest now, go ahead, lay down, or legs are up on the wall, put something over you. Keep yourself warm. You don't have to, but it does feel good. Put something over your eyes. Sometimes I'll just grab whatever's nearby. And sometimes I'll even put the blocks, something a little bit heavier, just to kind of help my body to understand that it's allowed to rest. If you're in the studio, I would put sandbags on you. Remember that. Relax your jaw. Relax your muscles, your legs, your belly. Relax your head. Relax your breathing. Let your body just breathe in and out naturally when it does, with its own rhythm. Very gently come back to your body now and maybe move your fingers and move your toes. Let's get a little bit of movement back to your body. You can roll to the right side and then make your way up into a seated position, but no rush. Our yoga practice is always changing because we're always changing. But what can remain the same is our dedication and our care for our body, even in the most toughest of times. Very gently let's bring our hands to our heart position in prayer position and feel back to the intention you made in the beginning of class. Go ahead and voice it to yourself again. And take a moment here to give thanks to all the many blessings that yoga and awareness bring to you, and to all those with whom your life touches. If you can, try to move into this portal of peace throughout your day. Maybe towards the end of your day, just kind of tap into it again and share it with those around you through experience that they just need to be with you to feel it. Thank you so much for practicing today. Namaste.